Hi, we're at one beaver control area here. You can see just over here I've caught a beaver in a 330 conibear trap. The set that I've been using here is very simple. I'll pull him out of the water now. This main stick is called a dive stick. I'm using it right in a beaver channel coming from the house, which is back behind. And this looks to be a fair-sized beaver. Here it is. It is indeed a fair-sized beaver, but I'm going to get her. It is a female as well. She's not carrying babies at the moment because they've all already had their young a long time ago. So I'm going to get her out of the trap and I'll show you how to remake this set. Okay, so this is how I put my trap with the triggers on the bottom, spread in a sort of V shape. If you want to catch just big beavers, you would probably spread your triggers a little wider to let the little ones through. But what I'm going to do next is just take it down across the channel here and rest it in the water again, like so. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I've got a stick here and a stick over here to try and kind of fence the beavers into the trap. I've got another longer pole over here that I'm going to pull over closer to kind of hold the trap up a bit. Got another long stick here that I'm going to poke in. Now I'm going to have to get some kind of smaller stick to hold the main dive stick, which the trap is attached to, up. So it's just above the surface of the water. But that's what you call, I guess, a mix between a dive set on a channel. Channel set, if you want to call it. The only bait and lure I use here is the fact that I've bust open the dam over here, where the channel also follows up to the dam there. I busted open there, and then the channel follows down more here, and I've got another trap set up there in case they come through another way. So just bust the dam open so it's making a good loud noise. You guys might be able to hear that in the background. And when it's running like that, if you put caster down in the water, it'll just wash away, so there's no point in doing that. Unless it's winter, you don't have to use any kind of green baits. If it's winter, I'd put a piece of green poplar down on the trap, but that's only in winter. But you want it so your trap is in a fair amount of water, so that when that beaver goes down, if it's a small one, happens to get caught by the tail, he's at least in the deep water. Normally I don't catch them wrong with a 330, so all I have the chain wired off to is the dive stick. The stick that runs this way, and then the other two guide sticks, those are kind of holding that stick in place so it won't move anywhere too far. But this is definitely a good and simple beaver set. This set here is got to be one of the most simple sets for beaver you can make. The camera is nestled on just about near the top of the lodge, and right here is the area where the beavers are coming out of the water back here and up onto the house to put sticks up on top. This log here was naturally nestled here, so I just took a 330 conibear trap and put it right over the gap on the trail here. Took a little bit of beaver caster, and put it up here in the mud. And jabbed some sticks into the mud as well for blocking. Now I set this trap last night, and as you can see, it produced a nice male beaver right away. And it's October 2nd now, And his fur is starting to prime up here. So I'll get him out of this trap and I'll show you how to remake this set exactly. Going to remake this set here. Got the beaver out. First off, I'm going to show you a trigger. It's spread out, I don't know, 4 inches in between each trigger wire. The trigger is set on the bottom of the trap. Like so. I've got a couple feet of 3/32 cable also onto this conibear trap, and I've got it cabled off behind here to stick firmly mounted in the into the lodge. But I put the trigger pretty well in the middle. Bring it down to the water. Move that stick over there. Take the safety catches off. Poke a bit of a guide stick in there, and that's our beaver set. Now every so often you'll want to put some kind of lure or cast or anything, I don't know, 6 inches in front of the trap on the lodge side. If you want to, you can put a half-peeled poplar stick in. It doesn't really matter, but this time of year they're making their feed bed and whatnot. This is this beaver's feed bed, just in a swamp here. But the reason this house is so far out of the water is Traco came back in back towards these power lines back here in the sunset and dug a ditch out that was kind of keeping the water in here. But as you can see, I mean, it's all out of the water. That little channel there is another exit out of the house. That there, another exit as well, out around the feed bed. Back in that way, they're pulling trees out of the bush, as well as back there. Okay, well, we got our beaver here. I wouldn't be surprised if this was one of the last 2 or 3 beaver in this house. So, traps reset. Good to go.